everybody, it's ASIC Eric from the Second Chance Garage, working on the Camaro again. Today we're working on the floor pans. So as you can see, we've got most of this side cut out here. I don't exactly know where the final cuts are going to be, so I just basically cut inside where I needed to cut, took all the spot welds out here to get all of this stuff off. The line there is approximately where the top of the other pan goes before I could cinch it down, so that's off by a little bit. There's the new pan over there. Let me show you what I did in terms of cutting things out here. There are a few different options here on the Camaro. So the floor pan runs down under here along the rocker, as you can see where I've cut it out here. Now in the back here on this part of the car, because of all the stuff up under here, I can't get into the spot welds and things back here anyway, so I was going to have to do a butt weld across the top. And as I was going across, you know, I could do butt weld here, go back to the plug welds, spot welds here, then here again. You can take this stuff off over here if you take all the cross member spot welds off and everything, but I decided not to do that. So you end up with a butt weld across here, another butt weld across here. So this piece here you could take out and then go do spot welds, plug welds in here. I chose not to. So I'm going to do the welds over here on this part, and that's partially because the replacement floor pan I got, this little drop-off piece right here, got really narrow toward the back, so it wasn't really big enough to really do the weld back here anyway. So it's just kind of this halvesy thing. So I decided to go ahead and do it here because you can get a nice strong weld there, you know, where your feet go. You know, so somebody stomping on the floor is not going to push the floor pan down, so that'll be good. But I just went ahead and cut the lip off everywhere else across here, and I'll get a nice clean edge there and do a butt weld along there. And now the point I'm at is figuring out how to splice the pans together. As we talked about before, this pan here fits 70 through 74. This is a 77, so that doesn't work. So I have to splice it right back here somewhere. This part is all incorrect in here. So let me show you what I'm doing there. Alright, so what I'm doing is laying the new floor pan in here into the old one, and then just along the back here, just basically pressing this guy down and then marking the line. You can see the line right there maybe, where I've scribed it. So that's approximately where this thing is going to fit. So I need to cut a little bit below that so that I have a good place to splice these two together, because I don't exactly know how they're going to fit together in the car, so I don't want to cut that too perfectly yet. So I'll leave a little, maybe half an inch extra there, and then I'll make a nice clean cut when it's in the car. So I'm just about ready to make that cut there. This little line right here corresponds to that point right there, so I need to make sure I go higher than that to catch this piece back here. So basically gonna cut this guy off right about here. Just cut this whole piece off like this, and then cut that edge around there, and then leave the rest of this off. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that cut right now. Alright, so here we have the rough fitment here. Everything seems to go relatively correctly. So I am going to take some Tech screws, start cinching this thing down to where it's supposed to be. Then I can put a mark where I actually want to cut everything. Then I can do the cut. So I'll start by cinching everything down and see how it fits. Alright, got this thing cinched down about as good as I can. This corner back here is not fitting right, but I know I need to cut more metal out of there, so I'm going to I marked with tape there where the extent of this thing is, so I can get an idea of how far I can cut this piece back to get it to fit in there better. This thing ended up being pretty darn close to the scribe line that I put in there, so that's good. Everything else fits fine. And now I just need to figure out where I'm going to cut it. And that's the tricky part. So I'll take a look at that here. Alright, so this is about as far as I can make it today. So this guy's all cut out. Edge isn't great, especially these areas. Just really hard to get my cutoff wheel in there. I couldn't figure out how to get the guard off of it, and it just made it really hard to get a good angle in here, so just kind of got a little sloppy in there. So I had my work cut out for me there when the weld comes along. Same thing here. All the rest of these I was able to use my air saw, so I got a nice clean line, but here I had to use the cutoff wheel and that just didn't come out. Yuck. I didn't get a chance to splice this yet. It's all scribed and ready to go. This edge is all cut out here. So it's this piece here is ready to go in. I still have some work back here to get this thing to sit down properly in the back. You can see I beat on it pretty good with a hammer, and it still doesn't want to sit down back there, so I got to figure out what's going on with that one. This is just floating over here right now. That's why that gap's so big. Let me show you what it looks like underneath. So the underside looks good. I still have to clean these cross members out here, but I don't see any rust or anything down here. There's lots of oil and stuff in there, which probably keeps it nice and safe. So this is good. That's in good shape. This spot up here, not quite as sure how nice that is. I think it's going to be okay. Time will tell when I try to put a weld on it. See if it'll hold the weld or not. But anyway, whew, it's about 100 degrees here today, so I'm dying. Sweating. I need to go take a shower. Anyway, that's it for today. Hopefully I'll be able to wrap this up next time. A few more hours, get this guy done, spliced together, and this thing should be good to go. Let me know if you have any commentary on what you see here, if there's something to avoid, etc., or something you don't like. Well, let me know. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take it easy.